Hi, Student Success for summer 2020. This is Dr. Linda Remark, and I just thought I would start off the semester uploading a quick video just to kind of help maybe walk you through some of the parts of the course. Even though some of you may have taken an online course before or you just finished your Succeeding Online orientation, I just wanted to do just a kind of quick overview of what you can expect. So when you get logged into our course, it'll open up to the Start Here section, and it's going to give kind of just an overview. I believe this should say your name when you look at that. And then below there are just some kind of introduction type stuff. Like here is my introduction that you'll see. It tells you a little bit about myself. And then you will see our syllabi. So here is our class syllabus. The master syllabus is just kind of a blanket syllabus saying, it's a 1 credit hour course. Here are the objectives. This is where it gets a little bit more specific, because when you get into the actual class syllabus, it's going to tell you a little bit more about what to expect every week. So if you click into there, you'll just see, again, some general information. Here's my information again, because I'm not on campus at all. In fact, most people aren't on campus this summer. If you need anything, always feel free, email. But also, if you wanted to set up a Zoom or Collaborate session, I'll be happy to do that. This also goes through the grading scale, some general class policies. We have, I want to say, like at least 5 of the 8 weeks you have discussion posts. So those are going to be due on Wednesday nights, and then you have to respond to 2 classmates, which will be due by Sunday, and that's how I take attendance. If you're on time with your discussion post, you get 100%. If you're late with your discussion post, you still get half, 50% toward attendance. If you don't post at all, it's a 0. And then if you don't have a discussion post that week, it'll go based on, did you submit your assignments on time? And you have to have a 70% or higher overall to pass the class in regard to attendance. If you are looking to withdraw from this or any 8-week course, you have until Monday, July 13th to do so. And then if you're College Credit Plus, there's a little bit of information there that you can go to find. And then the last page is the calendar. So it'll go through every week, and the chapter will be in and the assignments that you'll be completing. So you can kind of take a look at that, and it'll give you ideas on what you're going to be doing. Again, all assignments will be due Sunday nights. Discussion posts, so weeks where you have discussion and they're in bold, that's how I take attendance. The original response for those will be Wednesdays, responded to classmates by Sundays. On a typical week, your week will open on a Monday and close on a Sunday. Week 1 opens on a Friday. That's how the college set up the semester. It's a little quirky, but it gives you a few extra days to get things done and get accommodated to the course at least. So again, that's back in the Start Here section. So feel free to look around, get familiar with these things. And then here are some expectations, how grades are determined. And then the big thing that probably a lot of you have questions on is the textbook. There is no physical textbook for the class, and it's free. It's actually just right here. Here's the textbook we're using. We switched to this in the spring semester, so it's rather new to the course, but it is free. It's called Open Educational Resource. So you can go there every time, or there's links inside each week. But here's what the textbook looks like. So you'll kind of scroll along, and at the bottom right-hand corner, that's how you'll kind of go to the new section. So that's what the textbook looks like. Again, it's free. You have access to it immediately, which is really nice. All right, quick couple of features here. Course messages. Anytime I send you an announcement or an email, I'll also send it to you via course message, so always feel welcome to respond to me in there as well. Announcements, you'll see I've already uploaded announcements for the first week, so that's where you'll see those. Again, I will send those to you via course messages and email. And then your grades, you have access to your grades 24/7, so you can always kind of look and see how you're doing, make sure everything's caught up, make sure that you have a grade for everything you believe you've completed. All right, so in the lessons area, here's another way to get to your textbook. Here is the student lounge. This is where you're going to introduce yourself. So if you click in here, you'll see my introduction is already in there. You can click on that to read it, and you can always reply to me if you want. But how you get your own started is you simply go to Create Thread, and that's going to give you kind of the prompt up here. You put your subject line, you'll type there, and you'll hit Submit. So that is the discussion forum for the introduction. Go back again. There's also a muddy point. If you had anything, like this is kind of like raising your hand in class, so to speak, if you had a question. Now, it's not necessarily always directed to me because I check this, but not as frequently as I do my email. So if you have an individual question that you want me to answer, I would recommend doing that through course messages or email. But this is something that you can pose the entire class. So if you wanted to ask a question for the whole class. Okay, so how you get into week 1. You can see right now week 1 is closed because it doesn't technically open. I'm recording this on a Thursday. It doesn't open till tomorrow, Friday. But you have to take the syllabus quiz and you have to get 100% first. So that's why it's really important to go back to that start here, pull up your syllabi, and be familiar with it so that when you get to your syllabus quiz, it will not be a problem to get 100%. If you don't get 100% the first time, you can go back and try it again. So it's not going to block you out or anything. So you'll take that required syllabus quiz, and then week 1 will open. When you get into week 1, all weeks are set up fairly similarly. It'll have an overview like, hey, here's what's going on in this week. Here's the items you're going to be covering, and here's your assignments. So here you can see in week 1, after you take the syllabus quiz, you have 4 assignments to work on. And when you scroll down a little bit, I'll always have like, hey, if you have a discussion post, when it's due, and then the other assignments are due by Sunday. Quick note for week 1, you have 2 discussion forums. Now remember, we're in an 8-week course, so normally you would only have 1 discussion post per week, but in an 8-week course, we are putting 16 weeks into 8 weeks. So you're going to have lots of assignments every single week, unfortunately, unless you like that fast pace. So to get week 1 attendance, you have to post in both, and that's the note I've written there. You have to post your original response in both discussion forums by Wednesday at 11:55, and then you're responding to 2 classmates in each forum by Sunday. So that's 4 responses total. And there are some expectations with your responses to classmates. It's not just like a 1 or 2 word response, a thoughtful response, 1 or 2 sentences. So when you scroll down a little bit, here are some learning objectives that will be covered in week 1, and that's going to be in each week. You'll see that information. And then finally at the very bottom, here are materials, meaning anything that you'll need to complete the week successfully, whether that is a link to the textbook, some slides, or some additional resources that you may need to go over. That's going to be found in the week 1 materials section. And then you'll scroll down, and here's where the actual assignments are. Click in here. And here you go. Again, here's what the assignments are. Here's what you can expect. I have taken this one out. I'll make sure I delete that before the week opens, but you don't have to worry about that last one there. I took it out everywhere else. Okay, discussion forums. So here, I know this looks kind of lengthy. It's not as bad as it looks. Here's chapter 1 discussion. It says that you have to select 4 of these. So there are 9 listed. You only have to do 4. So choose the 4 that maybe you need to work on or will be easier for you to write about, and just complete each of the 2 sentences. Kind of my most negative attitude toward college is, here's what I'll do to be more positive, and then just complete them in full sentences. Again, you're choosing 4 of those 9. So you'll do that post, and how you do that is very similar to those introduction. You'll click, you'll hit create thread, and you'll see it'll pop up there again, so you have access to that again. And then it just gives you some, here's what to go through. Here's your subject, and you can just put like chapter 1 discussion, and that's where you'll put your post and hit submit. Okay, so when you do get back again, your original post, make sure you hit all the requirements and then respond to 2 classmates. So if you're early in the week getting this done, you may have to come back in after a day or 2 and then click and see, okay, I'm going to respond to this person. You'll just hit reply and make a response to theirs. That's chapter 1. And it goes through, and here, again, here's an example of what to do. Here's chapter 2. Very similar. You have 6 topics. You have to choose 4 of which to respond. So very similar to chapter 1. It's modeled after chapter 1 just to kind of make things nice and easy and parallel. Choose 4 of the 6 topics. Complete each of the sentences in each category, not just one. So if you choose goals, you have to answer both of those sentences. And then same for whatever other ones you choose. That's chapter 2 discussion. Same thing, you'll click, hit create thread, and then you'll respond to 2 classmates in there as well. Okay, and then keep scrolling down. You have your other 2 assignments, College Resources Digital Scavenger Hunt. It'll open up into kind of like a talking, moving slideshow where
Stark State College offers some excellent resources. These resources, let's
do
use the
questions. Please don't just scroll through very quickly like I just did.
website to find out where the testing center is located.
Questions, and eventually when you're done, it will show up in your grade. That's an automatically graded assignment, as is the Title IX training and quiz, and that's similar. You'll go through like a little PowerPoint where it'll talk to you and you'll answer questions. Those 2 are automatically graded, so make sure you check your grades that it copied over, because sometimes people don't let the assignment go to the very end and it doesn't record and it just says in progress, and I can't do anything about that if I can't see that you were in there. So please make sure that you finish those and that your grade records. So those are your 4 assignments for week 1. Again, you have the scavenger hunt and the Title IX quiz. Those are both due Sunday by 11:55 p.m. And then you have the Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 discussion. Your original post is due Wednesday, and then make sure you respond to 2 classmates by Sunday. So again, the week is opening up on a Friday this week, which is very unique. It will not happen again like that, but it does give you a few extra days to kind of get in and get familiarized with everything. All right, so that's kind of a quick little overview. I wanted to walk you through that if you needed that, if you're not familiar with online courses, or even if you are. Sometimes every course is set up a little differently, but there you have it, and I will be checking in with you periodically throughout the semester, and as needed, always feel free to contact me. All right, have a great week.